Hello, my name is Rossella and today I'm going to do the A paper included in this book published by the ABRSM in 2022. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram and on my website theoryvirtuoso.com, where you can see all the videos that I publish. There are music theory videos, musical quizzes, tutorials on discovering music theory or grades, tutorials on sample and past exam papers, piano tutorials and shorts on musical terms. Remember, like and subscribe. Bye! Hello everyone, and this is the first video of a series of 4 dedicated to this new book just released by the ABRSM, including 4 exam papers to practice with. The first section, as ever, starts with rhythm, and in the first question we need to circle the correct time signatures of the given bars. In the first example, as options we have 4/4 common time, 6/8 or 7/8. 4/4 means 4 crotchets, whereas 6 and 7/8 mean quavers. By looking at the bar, I don't see crotchets as the counting value, but I see quavers. And I'm saying this because look at this grouping here. We have 1 quaver here, 1 here, and 1 semiquaver. This is an odd number, and when this happens it means that we are in 8s. We count in 8s. Therefore we can exclude 4/4. So the other two options ask us, do we have 6 or 7 quavers in the bar? We can just count the quavers in this case. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are paired together. The semiquaver, the dot, and the value next to it. Then we have 2 other semiquavers, so 1 quaver, 1 quaver, 1 quaver. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 quavers. So the answer is 6/8. Now, as I'm here, I'd like to tell you something about grouping because it is important, even if in this case it's not too much critical for answering the question. In general, it is. It gives us the counting, the movements of the conductor. So it is quite important, and I'm stressing that in every one of my videos. We have 2 groups of things and a floating quaver, a semiquaver rest that could belong either to this group or this group. So we have, let's see, 1, 2 and 3 quavers. So to make 3 quavers in the other group, we need to pair this with this semiquaver. So 1, 2 and 3. These 2 groups make it 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and. Okay, this is 6/8. This is the meaning of it. 1 and 2 and. I hope it makes sense. Next one, as options we have 5/4, 8/8, and so 8 quavers, and 7/4, so 7 crotchets. So first, do we see a bar in which we count in crotchets or in quavers? I see very possible in crotchets, because look at here, this triplet sign. It can't be in 8s. By the way, I don't think this exists. Maybe in contemporary music, but this triplet sign tells us that 3 quavers don't fit because we have 2 subdivisions, 1 and 2 and. So in other words, we have to answer the question as it is. Do we have 5 or 7 crotchets in this bar? Let's count it. I start from here because this is too difficult for me. 1, 2. This is a triplet in the space, 3 in the space of 2 of the same kind. So 1, 1, so 2, 3, and then I don't really ask myself too many questions. 4 and 5. I just see the grouping, and this is where grouping is important, because by seeing this, we actually see 5 items instead of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the answer is 5/4. And then if you want to double check, we have 2 semiquavers equals 1 quaver, 1 semiquaver and 2 demisemiquavers equals 2 semiquavers equals 1 quaver. So we have another crotchet here, crotchet, 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 5 in total. And I hope this is useful and clear. Let's move on to the next one. We have as options 3/4, 9/8 or 9/16. So let's analyze these first. Do we count here in crotchets, in quavers or in semiquavers? Definitely not in crotchets, because look at this. If we would be in crotchet, there is a dot missing here, so we are not. We don't seem to count in quavers because we have just 1 quaver here, and look at here, we have 1 semiquaver, 1 semiquaver and another semiquaver. So here we have 3 semiquavers. And if this pattern is confirmed also in the other 2 groups of things, we are in 9/16. Let's have a look. This is a semiquaver, and 2 quavers equals 2 semiquavers. So confirmed. This is a semiquaver, semiquaver, semiquaver. So we have 3 semiquavers again. Therefore, 3, 6, 9. Here it is, 9/16. Sorted. Excellent. Question 2. We have a bar in simple time and we need to tick the box that shows the same bar, rewritten correctly, of course, in compound time. Before starting my usual technique, let's have a look at the options that we have. We have 9/8 or 3/8. How could 3/8 be correct in this bar? We already have 3 quavers here. So how could we justify the other ones? They are in the bar, but they're basically over counting the time signature. So this is incorrect. We can exclude it, and we have as options 9/8 and 9/8. 9 is correct because in 3/4 we have 3 movements. 1 and 2 and 3 and. In 9/8 we have 1 and 2 and 3 and. So in simple time we have 2 subdivisions. In compound time we have 3 subdivisions. So in simple time 3 quavers don't fit because we have 2 spaces, and this is why we need to put a triplet sign as to make it special. So it's like having 2 tickets that allow 3 people to a funfair. So 3 and 3. The triplets in compound time just lose their 3 mark because they fit in the 3 subdivisions. They do fit perfectly, so we don't need anything else. We have 2 quavers here, 2 subdivisions, perfect, so they fit perfectly, but in 3 they wouldn't. So we need a special sign, and this sign is a duplet. So where do we have this exact figure? Here. And this is the correct answer. And the reason why this is not right is because of this. There's no reason to change it into a dotted rhythm because this is also incomplete. We don't have enough quavers here. We have 1 and 2 quavers in the space of 3. So we would need another duplet sign here. I hope this is useful. If there is anything that you don't really understand because you just started watching my videos, you can watch the other videos, you find it in the playlist, or you can go and watch, I think it's in grade 3, there are a couple of chapters or 1 chapter dedicated to this. So you could go there and watch it because I talk thoroughly about this. In the meantime, question 3. In question 3, we need to complete the sentences by adding a number. In 9/4, there are a certain number, so dotted minim beats in a bar. The dotted minims these are equal to 3 crotchets, 2 included in the minim and 1 in the dot. In 9/4 we have 3 times these, we have 9 crotchets. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this means that we have 1, 2 and 3 dotted minims. A double dotted crochet is equal to a certain number of semiquavers. Okay. Where do I do it? Here. A double dotted crochet. Okay, it's equal to a crochet plus a quaver, its half, plus the half of its half. So a semiquaver. The crochet contains 4 semiquavers, the quaver 2, and the second dot is 1. So 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Does it make sense? Let me know. Write it in the comments below. Thank you. Question 4. In question 4, we need to tick the box that shows the bar grouped correctly. Now, grouping is important, guys, and as a first thing, we need to look at the time signature. It's 4/4, which means 4 crochets divided in 2 groups of 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we need to have this 1, 2 on a side, 1, 2 on the other side. We can't have these two merged, 2 and 3 position merged, unless we have a syncopation, which means, for example, this, when a longer note is surrounded by 2 shorter notes. But I don't think this is the case because we don't have any minims, so I don't see any syncopation here. So let's have a look at the bars without thinking of anything else apart from this. I see the middle here. I'm confused about the middle here. There is there is an odd number of things on 2 sides. It should be here, the middle, because they are not balanced. If we put these notes on 2 scales, this is heavier, so they should be even. And this is also the same, because if I put the middle of the bar here, this second half is heavier than the first one. So the answer is already this, and I've answered this without even counting. Anyway, let's count just because this is a tutorial, and also if this is an exam, we want to double check. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We see 4 groups of things, and all of them add up to a crochet. Quaver, 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 quaver. Look at this. Quaver, where's the other quaver? It can't be. And look at this. Quaver, quaver, and what this has to do with this. What has this to do with the rest of the grouping? This is in compound time. It would be compound, compound, and then this is not compound. So the only possible right answer is this, the first one. I hope it is useful, and let's move on to question 5. In question 5, we need to tick or cross the box to show that the rests have been added correctly or not. And as I always say, we need to be like an imaginary teacher of a possible student. Let's see if the student behaved. We are in 12/8, so first of all, the time signature. Without reflecting on the time signature, we go nowhere. The time signature is 12/8, which means 12 quavers, grouped in 3 because this is a compound time. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the half of the bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here the other half. This is important. I mark it because if somebody is merged between this dotted line, it's incorrect. And this applies to everything, including rests. 1, 2, 3. And let's have a look at here. Oh, what is this? We have a quaver. So 2 quavers, 3 quavers, 4 quavers, incorrect. Second bar, let's start from the end. 1 movement, okay. This other one is the second one. Then we have 1 quaver, which is this. And where are the other 2? Here. Here we have 2 quavers and the other one is in the dot. Can we merge them in this way? Nope. The correct version of this would have been 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 2, 3. This is the correct version. We can't merge these 2. So incorrect. The last one. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have quaver, quaver, quaver. Correct. Perfect. There you go. Finished. I hope this was useful. I hope everything is clear. Let me know if not, and let's turn the page. Let's go on to pitch. In the first question, we need to tick the box that shows the correct name for this note written in the tenor clef. Now, the tenor clef, if you've watched my videos relating to pitch and clefs, you should know that the tenor clef is treble clef -1. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the videos linked in the description below or by clicking on the card up here. They will tell you everything you need to know about clefs, and they are really, really useful. I've tried them with my own students and it worked. This note in treble clef would be B -1 equals La, A. Sorted. Alternatively, you can count from middle C, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. That's the way of doing it. Sorted. Question 2. In question 2, we need to tick the box that shows the correct enharmonic equivalent of this note. Now, as usual, I do my keyboard. Re double flat. I can't believe that I've missed. Okay. Re double flat. This is Re. Now with 1 flat, with another flat. This note here is Do, middle C. Do, C. Or B sharp. Which one do we have? B sharp. So that is the answer. So first we identify the note Re flat, double flat. This note could be called Re double flat, Do, or C sharp. Here it is, B sharp. I hope this was clear and you've answered like me. Let's move on to question 3. This is a bar written for trumpeting B flat, which means that it would play a major second down. So we need to tick across the boxes where we see that something is correctly or incorrectly transposed. First of all, the key signature. With 4 sharps, we are in either E major or C sharp minor. It doesn't matter because they share the same key signature. So let's consider E major. And I know this because I take the last sharp, go 1 semitone up, and I find E major. E as the note, and this is the tonic. A major second down from E major is 1 tone below, so D major. And D major has two sharps because Do sharp plus one semitone is D, D major. So this is correct. Now let's do the keyboard. That is really helpful. E minus two semitones, so one tone is D. Okay, this is just to confirm what we said before about the key signature. Let's go on. Fa natural minus two semitones would be not E but Mi flat. So this is incorrect. Mi natural minus two semitones is Re, not Re sharp. So this is also incorrect. B sharp minus two semitones is A sharp. Yes, this is correct. And Do sharp, careful here. Okay, Do sharp minus two semitones equals B. So that is correct. Sorted! That was quick. Question 4. In this question, we need to compare the bars and circle true or false for each of the statements. To answer this very quick, we need to consider this memorime that I've created. If the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? And you can find it in the video 1D linked in the description below, or you can click on the card up here. Let's find out where middle C is. In treble clef, it's here. In bass clef is up here. So this is above middle C, this is below middle C. In the alto clef, it's here. And this is below middle C. So these two are the same. This is an octave higher than these two. So I think I've already answered the questions. A and C are at the same pitch. No, these two are, so false. A is an octave higher than B. Yes, I've just said that. And C. B is an octave lower than C. Nope, because they are the same, so false. As you can see, once you've identified where middle C is, it's done. You only need to look, visualize the things. And I hope this makes things easier for you. Let me know. Let's move on to the third section that is very substantial because it talks about keys and scales, a very important topic in music. In the first two questions of this third section, we are asked to tick the box that show the correct key signatures of D flat major and G sharp minor correctly written in the given clefs. Okay, so to answer this, I use a method that you can learn by watching the videos relating to key signature. They are not very long and they are very easy to follow. So I would recommend you to do it if you need help with this. If you don't, have a good revision in less than 10 minutes. And you can find the links in the description below or on the card up here. Now, the key signature of D major, I say in the video that D flat major, D flat is the penultimate flat. So we have Si, Mi, La, Re. Sorry guys. Re, Sol, Do and Fa. Re is the penultimate, so we should have 5 flats. And we have 5 in each of these key signature. Now, in the key signatures with flats have always a descending zigzagging shape. We don't have it here. We have it in the alto clef here. We have it here, but we're missing this. It starts on here, so no, no. And we have it, but then it's broken because this breaks the pattern. So the answer is the alto clef. And we didn't even looked at any of the flats. The shape speaks itself already. Let's go on to the next one. G sharp minor is the relative minor of 3 semitones above B major, and B major has Sol, Re, La, Mi, Si. B major minus 1 semitone is A, so it has 5 sharps. We have 5 sharps everywhere, so we can't exclude any box yet. The key signatures with sharps have 2 shapes. One is this, and for the tenor clef, it's this. Tenor clef. We can see that it's incorrect already. We don't have the shape here in the alto clef, so bye-bye. We don't have it here because look, this is too short. We need a very long one. And I think that this long one is here. Look. And if we look at the sharps, Fa, Do, Sol, Re, La. Perfect. This is the correct answer. Marvelous. It's all done. Let's move on to question 3. In this question, we need to circle the key of the given melodies. First of all, we need the order of flats and sharps. And the order is this. Si, Mi, La, Re, Sol, Do, Fa. Big elephants, 8 dinosaurs, goat, cheese and figs. And the sharps are Fa, Do, Sol, Re, La, Mi, Si. Which is the flats in reverse. Now, the quickest way for me to go is by identifying the flats on the list, on the order. So, Mi flat, first of all, B flat, and La flat. So we have 3 flats. With 3 flats in the key signature, we are in E flat major because this is the penultimate. And the penultimate gives us, the penultimate flat gives us the key of the piece. So E flat major, here it is. We can't be in A flat major because we would have had 4 flats. We can't be in B flat minor because B flat minor plus 3 semitones is D flat major, and D flat has all these flats which are not in this piece. For example, this is not flat, so it couldn't have been. This is not flat. Same reason for D flat major. So the only possible answer is E flat major. Next one, we have sharps. So let's identify them. Bass clef, don't forget. So Fa sharp, So sharp, Fa sharp again, D sharp, and B sharp. Interesting. Okay. Why do we miss C sharp here? Because it's not included in the melody, so C is sharp as well. So in this case, we have 4 sharps in a row and then a gap and then another flat, another sharp. When this happens, it means that this is the leading note. So it has been raised. B sharp is the leading note of the next, the semitone next to it, C sharp minor. This is a minor key. So I'm already circling this and telling you that C sharp minor is the relative minor of plus 3 semitones E major. E major minus 1 semitone is D. It has 4 sharps. So this confirms that this is the key signature, and this is the raised sharp. Raised note, there is sharpened, okay? It can be E major because it has the leading note of C sharp minor. A major would have had just 3 sharps because A minus 1 semitone is G, so G is the penultimate sharp. And F sharp minor would have had the leading note indicated, which is E sharp, and this is not sharp. So the only possible answer is C sharp minor. And I hope that this is clear. Please let me know if not. If you don't follow my my thinking here, please go and watch the videos. It's really helpful to listen to what I say about it, because it is a technique that you won't find in any book. Let's go on. We have sharps here, so I better clear the space for the last question. Okay, La sharp, let's do that all again. Do sharp, by the way, treble clef. Sol sharp, Mi sharp, interesting. Fa sharp, La sharp, and Sol sharp, already indicated. When this happens, we have a gap, but with 2 sharps afterwards, it means that this D is sharp, and we don't see it because it is not included in the melody. But this piece has 6 sharp, and it is a major key because we don't have any gaps in the sharp, and the last sharp is E. E sharp plus 1 semitone is F sharp, so this piece is in F sharp major. It can't be E major because E major has just 4 sharps. B major would have 5, okay? A sharp plus 1 semitone equals B. And C sharp minor, we've seen that here. The key signature was totally different. There was a gap here between D sharp and B sharp. We've seen that already. So it isn't possible. Plus, a C sharp minor is a relative minor of E major. So it would have had just these 4 sharps. I hope this was useful. Let me know, and let's move on to question 4. In question 4, we need to tick a box that shows the correct note for the scale of G flat major. Now G flat major has, let's see how many flats, I'll write them here: Si, Mi, La, Re, Sol, Do, and Fa. You can create your own sentence. If you send me yours, it will be great for me to collect some of them and then create a post about it. That would be really fun to see what you come up with. So please do send me yours. Okay, so in G flat major, G flat is the penultimate flat, so we have all these flats, okay? 6. Now, it doesn't matter that this is in the alto clef. You might feel that it's so hard because it's in the alto clef, but it isn't. You just write the notes here, and that's okay. F. Now, F, is it flat? No, so F. Sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, do. Is it flat? Yes. So, flat. And that is sorted. So if you don't want to write the name and be sure that you do +1 because it's alto clef, too many passages, just write the names. And in the exam is online, but you have a paper, you can bring a paper and you can write notes in that paper. So you can do that there. I can do it here, G flat, F. So we don't need to necessarily write on the top of the notes. But just in order. And so this C is flat. That is all done, and we still have another part of this section 3, so let's turn the page together. Okay, in this question we need to be very careful, and we cannot skip any of the steps that I'm telling you now. We need to circle one clef that would form a minor scale with the notes that there they are. And I always say to my students, we can't name any note until we put a clef, because the clef does make the circles notes on a stave notes. Otherwise, they are just circles. So the best way to go is to start with the first and then try everything out until we find the right one, and we can exclude also the other clefs. Let's start with the treble clef here. In the treble clef, this note would be Do. Okay, C minor is the relative minor of E flat major, and it wouldn't have a sharp, so it's not the answer. In bass clef, this note, Do plus 2, okay, treble clef plus 2, would be Mi, okay, E. E minor is the relative minor of G major, and G major has one sharp. So this could be, because this could be the melodic minor, descending. The descending version is the natural one. So this could be the answer, but let's exclude also these other two clefs. The alto clef is treble clef plus 1, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch the videos that I suggested you to watch. They are linked in the description below, and they tell you everything you need to know about clefs and pitches. The alto clef is treble clef plus 1, so Do plus 1 equals D, Re. Re minor, D minor is the relative minor of F major, and F major has one flat, so it is not possible. And in the tenor clef, treble clef minus 1, this note would be B. B minor is the relative minor of D major, and D major has two sharps, so it can't be. The answer is the bass clef. Not too quick, wasn't it? Next one, we have flats. In the treble clef, this will be Do flat. Now, Do flat doesn't exist, minor doesn't exist, because it would be the relative minor of a possible E double flat major. No, thank you. Bass clef plus 2, that would be Mi flat, E flat. Now, E flat minor is the relative minor of G flat, and G flat has loads of flats. Si, Mi, La, Re, Sol, Do, Fa. G flat has 5 flats, and where are they here? We only have 3. So this can't be, I'm afraid. Even though we think that this is E flat major, they must be minor, so watch out for that. Let's go on to the alto clef, which is treble clef plus 1. This would be F flat minor, which doesn't exist, because F flat minor would be the relative minor of, what is it? A double flat doesn't exist. The tenor clef is the only one left. I can circle it, but let's see what the scale was. Minus 1, so this is D flat minor. D flat minor, minus 1 is B flat minor. B flat minor is the relative minor of D flat. D flat has 5 flats. And why are they not flat here? Because they have been raised to make a melodic scale. So there are 5 flats, but 2 have been raised. That's the final answer. Last one. In the treble clef, this would be B minor, which is the relative minor of D major. That has 2 sharps, and in fact we have Do and Fa sharp, and then we have this La sharp, which could be the leading note raised, and we have the augmented second here. So I think the answer is the treble clef, but because this is an exam, we must be absolutely sure, so we also exclude the other possible answers. In the bass clef, this would be treble clef plus 2. This would be D. D minor is the relative minor of F major. That has flats, so no. In the alto clef plus 1, this would be Do minor, C minor. And C minor is the relative minor of E flat major that has 3 flats, so no. And in the tenor clef is minus 1. This would be A minor, which is the relative minor of C major that has no sharps, no flats, so there are far too many here. So this is not possible. The answer is the treble clef, and I hope that with this you've satisfied that your answers were exactly like mine. Let me know if not. For now, we move on to question 6. In question 6, we need to circle true or false if the scales, the chromatic scales of A and E flat, have been written correctly or not. Okay. On this one, I think the best way to go is to have a long keyboard. Maybe that is too long. It is also very weirdly written. It's uneven. Anyway, that will do. Okay, let's start from La here. La, B flat, B, B sharp, okay, correct, kind of, Do sharp, Re, Re sharp, Mi, Fa, Fa sharp, Sol, So sharp, and La, okay. This seems correct. It has all the notes and we touched the right keys. However, look at this. B flat, B natural and B sharp. We can't have 3 notes of the same name in a row. So this is incorrect. Let's go on to the next one. E flat, okay. Descending. E flat is here. E flat, oh, E double flat, oh, all right. D flat, Do, Do flat, odd. B, this is incorrect already. B flat is incorrect already. We have Do flat and B, which is the same note. False. None of them have been written correctly, I'm afraid. Shame. We'll try again next time. I hope this was useful. Question 7. In this question, we need to circle true or false for each of the statements if they are correct or not. The dominant, so the 5th degree of D major, is La, A. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. Yes. Is there any sharp here? No, because D major has just 2 sharps and they are Fa and Do, F and C, so true. Next one. This D flat is the submediant, so the 6th degree of F minor. Now F minor is the relative minor of A flat, and we get there by jumping 3 steps above, 3 semitones above. F minor, A flat, so A flat has Si, Mi, La, Re, 4 flats. Okay, La is the penultimate, so 4 flats. Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re. Re is the 6th and it's flat, so this is all correct. Last one. The supertonic, the 2nd degree of E flat minor, is D, bass clef, careful. Now E flat minor is the relative minor of G flat major, and G flat major has lots of flats. Si, Mi, La, Re, Sol, Do. 6. This is D, Si, Mi, La, Re. Ay, ay, ay. A flat is missing. False. That's all done for you. I hope that this was useful, and don't forget to get in touch with me. I love it. Let's turn the page and let's go on to intervals. In this question, we need to tick the correct interval of the given notes. Listen to this section very carefully because I give techniques that I either created myself or you can find in any books, so they make things easier apparently. So, okay. This is a compound interval because it's wider than an octave. And what do? We just either raise the lower note up of an octave or lower the second one down. We need to write the notes correctly because we are in bass clef, and if we read a note incorrectly, we're going to be in trouble. Okay, so B flat, and this is, okay, this is middle C. So Do, Re, Mi, Fa. This is Fa. Okay, so I just write a Fa here. B flat, Fa. Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. It is a fifth. Now, I need a keyboard. Here it is. Nice and big. Okay. A fifth is 3.5 tones away. A fifth is 3.5 tones away. So from B flat, okay, here let's count. 1 tone, 2 tones, 3 tones and a half. So this is a perfect fifth in a simple version because it's compound, is a compound perfect fifth. There you go. The other name of it would be a perfect 5 plus 7, so a perfect 12, but here is written minor, which is incorrect. So next one we have La flat, watch out, this is flat, and Fa. Okay, La flat Fa is a sixth. La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, it is a sixth. Now, with the sixth, I use a different technique. Instead of counting, you can count the number of tones. They should be 4.5. Alternatively, we can flip the notes over. So, for example, we can either write Fa here, but for practical reasons, I write them on the stage. So, La flat here. Okay, La flat. This is a third. Now, let's see what kind of third this is. Fa is 1 semitone, 1 tone and a half. So it is a minor third, which means that if we flip it over again, it becomes a major 6. So this is a major 6. So let me say that again. For the 6th and the 7th, I have a different technique, and I'll show you the 7th afterwards, later on in the exam. We flip it over to make it a smaller interval, an inverted interval. The minor third becomes a major 6. A minor second becomes a major 7th. A major second becomes a minor second, 7th, and so forth. So we'll see it later on, but this is a minor third, which means the flipped over is a major 6th. And this is the quickest way of sorting out the intervals. Trust me on this. Okay, bass clef, so this is Do, okay, and Fa sharp. All right, Do, Fa, it is a fourth. Do, Re, Mi, Fa. Now, a fourth is 2.5 tones away. Do is here, well, let's count it here. So 1, 2.5, but we need to add another half. So instead of perfect, we must call it augmented because we must add another semitone to it. So let's do it again. 1, 2 tones and a half plus another half. So augmented fourth. Brilliant. Finished. I hope this was useful. Bear with me until the end of the page, and then if you need, ask me any questions you have. But from what I could see from the other videos, my explanation is fairly easy to understand. However, if you need to clarify something, please don't hesitate to write me. First, I love hearing from you, and second, I always read your comments and I always reply, and I'm here to help you. So, question 2. In this question, we need to circle the correct type of the interval, but to do that, we need to find the number, therefore we need to identify the whole thing. Therefore, hear my keyboard. I'm getting worse and worse at these keyboards. I will never, oh my goodness. I'm so impressed by my lack of skill, drawing skill. So impressed. Well, at least it's tidy. Okay, this is clearly a compound interval, so we make it simple. So we can either raise it up of an octave or lower it this down of an octave. I'll do this way. Just because I choose it, it doesn't really matter. This is a very comfortably A second. Now, is this sol la flat? Is this a tone or a semitone? It is a semitone. Therefore, is a minor second. There you go. Next one, bass clef, do sharp and sol. Okay, this is a fifth, do, re, mi, fa, sol. A fifth is 3.5 tones away. So let's count from C sharp, do, okay, 1 tone, 2 tones, and 3 tones. So there is a semitone missing. Instead of 3.5, we have 3 tones, which means that this is not perfect, but diminished. So again, from C sharp, 1, 2, 3, we'll reach the note, but we're missing the sharp here. So it's diminished. Another compound interval. I just lower it here. Do sharp, mi. Okay, this is a third. What kind of third? Do sharp, 1.5. It's not 2 tones, but it's 1.5. So we're missing 1 semitone. Therefore, it's not major, but minor. Remember, major intervals become minor, perfect intervals become diminished. Question 3. In this question, we need to write the notes to make the interval, and the note should be higher. I'm going to write the keyboard here. Okay, a diminished seventh from do sharp. All right, let's use my technique. A diminished 7 means an augmented second. Okay, so instead of writing the note up here, we write a note here. There is a second from C sharp, which is B. Now, C sharp and B is a major second, 2 semitones, okay. So from B, this is a tone, okay, so this is a major second. Now to make it augmented, we need to increase the distance, but to widen the distance between them. So instead of B, we go to B flat, because in this case, from C sharp and B flat, there is 1 tone and a half, and this is an augmented second. Now, to make it a diminished seventh, we flip it over and we write B here, flat here. If you don't remember where to write it, just count from F. 1, fa, sol, la, si, B, okay? So B flat. A compound major third from La flat, okay, La flat. Okay, let's do it simple first and then we raise it up of an octave. A major third from La is definitely Do. Let's see if we need an accidental here from La flat. 2 tones from La flat. 1 and 2. Do. No, it's perfect. Now what do? We raise it up of an octave and we find Do here. And this is the final answer. La flat, Do. Let's carry on. We have Fa flat, weird, a major 6 from it. What do? We write a minor third from Fa flat downwards. So Fa is here, Fa flat, okay, first of all the name of the note, Fa, Mi, Re. So a major, yeah, it's the same, so it's Re. Fa, sol, la, si, do, re. We need to write a D. Instead of writing it up here, I'm going to write it down here because I want to create a minor third from these 2 notes. So from Fa flat, which is here, a minor third will be 1 tone and a half. So 1 tone and a half. And this D is flat. Now this note could be called, for example, C sharp, but we can't call it C sharp because if we call it C sharp, we make Fa, Do sharp an interval of a fourth. And we can't make a fourth, we must call it a third. And we will understand this when we will talk about the chords on the next page. If a chord is Do, Mi, Sol, C, E, G, we can't call Mi, Fa flat because Do, so C, F flat and G is another chord. So it's not a C major chord, it's another one. So we can't call it with the enharmonic equivalent, not for chords. So we have to call it D flat and not C sharp. Now what do we do with this? We transpose it an octave higher and we write it as a semibreve. And there you go. This is the final answer. Can you let me know if this is useful at all? Now, minor second from B flat. A minor second means not 2 semitones, but 1 semitone. And this note is not B. We can't do like B flat, B natural. No, because this is not a second, it's a unison. But we need to call it Do. So Do flat, because it's not Do, but it's the semitone before, which is Do flat. I hope this makes sense and I hope you're happy. Let's turn the page together. Okay, this 5th section relates to chords and we have 3 questions and each of them goes further into the identification of the chords. In the first one, we need to identify the cadence by looking at the melody. And the possible chords that we can find are 1, 2, 4 and 5, and this is important because sometimes in the paper we see 3 or 6 or 7, it's not possible. At the moment, the cadences that you are asked to know are formed with any of these chords, not other ones. So make sure that you identify one of these and not other ones. This piece is in F major because it starts on F, it has one flat, it ends on F, it's in F major. F major has one flat, so perfect. Let's go on to this bar, and we have several notes, of which at least one of them is a passage note. Now, a passage note is a note that doesn't belong to the chord, and it's also consecutive to some of the chord notes. And if you look at here, we have Si, Re, there is a gap, okay? There's no gap between these, there's no gap between these, but there is a gap between these. So I think that the passage note is Mi. So the chord is made up of B flat, Re, and Fa. Now we need to put them in order, and in order means that they are consecutive, one after another. They make a scale. So we have one on, B flat, Do, one off, Re, one on, and Mi off, and Fa on. Okay, this is the chord that we need to find. And this is in order, and this is in root position. Si, Do off, Re, Mi off, Fa. The lower note is B flat, and this is the 4th degree of F. Fa, Sol, La, Si. So this is 4. After 4, we either have 5 to make an imperfect cadence or 1 to make a plagal cadence. Let's see what's the case here. We definitely have a passage note, and the note is this. Okay, so this is a passage note, and we have Do and Mi. What is the missing note? Let's see if it's below Si. So we have Do, Si, La. Okay, La, Si, Do, La, Do, Mi. Now, La, Do, Mi, La, the bottom note, is the 3rd degree of F. Fa, Sol, La. And I've just said that we can't have a chord built on 3 for the cadences, for 3 isn't a cadence. So we must exclude this one. Therefore, the missing note is on the top. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, G. In this case, the lower note is Do. Fa, Do is a 5th. Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. Therefore, this is 5, and this is an imperfect cadence. I hope this makes sense. This is a typical mistake. Second line. Sol, Si, flat, and Re. This is repeated, so we can exclude it. The bottom note is Sol, and it's also the 2nd degree, so 2. We have a passage note here, and if you look at Re, Fa is perfect to make a chord, but Mi, Fa, and Re, Mi are not. So we have Si flat, Re, and Fa, and they are already in order. Lovely. Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. Perfect. The bottom note is B flat, and for F is the 4th. Fa, Sol, La, Si flat. So 4th degree. Let's carry on. The last one is Fa, La, and Do. And then Fa is repeated. Fa, La, Do, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, already in order. This is the bottom note, F, and it is also the tonic. So, first, 2, 4, 1 is an extended plagal cadence. Sorted. Question 2. In this question, we need to identify the chords and identify the cadences. Basically, I've done it in question 1, but it wasn't part of the question. I just went a little bit further by saying the name of the cadences that I found. Now here, let's do everything very comfortably. They tell us the key, so we are in G major. Let's identify the notes. We have Sol, Sol, Re and Si. Sol is doubled. Let's put them in order. Sol, La, Si, Do, Re. Sol is the bottom note and it is also the tonic. So this is the first degree. Now here we could have, okay, let's identify the second chord. We have Re, Fa sharp, Re and La. Re is doubled, Re, Fa sharp, La is in order, and D is the bottom note. Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, and it is also the fifth degree. The cadence that goes 1-5 is the imperfect cadence, and there you go. D major, we have two chords and one is also with these two notes. Let's identify them. La, La is doubled, Do sharp and Mi. La, Do, Mi is already in order. La is the bottom note, and for D, let's count. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La is the fifth degree. Next one, Re, Fa sharp, Re. Now Re is doubled and we can cross it out. Now we might have a note before D, and so that would be B, but for D major, B is Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, the sixth degree. So it can't be, we must exclude it because it doesn't make any cadence, okay? 5, 6, well, hold on, 5, 6 does, but in this case, we are not asked to identify it. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, so in this case, it must be over Fa sharp, and in fact, D is the tonic, and 5-1 is a perfect cadence. So yes, that is the answer. That's all done again. Let's go on to question 3. Okay, in question 3 we are told to find the chord, identify the chord and the position. Also guys, if you don't know it, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I also have a website, Theory Virtuoso. You only need to search for these words, Theory Virtuoso. And I'm all over the media. Please get in touch. Follow me on Instagram. I publish all sorts of things very useful for the exam. Post in the community page here on YouTube and visit my website where you can see all the videos that I publish. Thank you. Now let's go on to everything that we've done before, plus identifying the bass. We are in A flat major. All right. The first chord is made up of Do, La flat, Mi flat, and La flat. Okay, La flat is doubled. Let's put them in order. I think it's La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. So La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. La flat is the bottom note and is also the tonic. So this chord is 1. Now, at the bottom note of the written chord on the score, does it have La flat, Do, or Mi flat? It's Do. So this is 1B. And where is it here? Here. I hope this is useful. You only need to write A, B, C. A would be the root position, first inversion, second inversion. In the English way of, there is a shortest way of indicating it, and in England it's used A, B, and C. In England and in ABRSM exam papers. Next chord, Re flat, another Re flat, Fa, and B flat. Okie dokie. Re flat is doubled, and in order, I think it is Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. I'm going to write it here, otherwise I I take too much space. So C flat, Re flat, and Fa, Si, Re, Fa. The bottom note is B flat, which for A flat major is the second degree. Okay. Now, at the bottom of this chord, do we have B flat, D flat, or F? I think it's D flat. So the answer is 2B. And here it is. Now, the last one, E flat, Do, Mi flat again, and La flat again. E flat is repeated. Let's put it in order. I think it's La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. Okay. La, Si, Do, Re, Mi flat. Perfect. The lower note is A flat in the chord, the root position. Let's see if here we have La flat, no, Si, no, E flat, yes. So this is 1, forgot to say it, C. Oh, sorry, I've used this, but I meant this, sorry. It's the same bass anyway. Yeah, so the answer is 1C. How do you find this method, guys? Can you let me know? It's all done, by the way. Let's turn the page together. Okay, we have a section relating to terms, signs, and instrument. In this case, it's very much relating to memory, but also experience. And as I always say to my students in schools and online, use experience to remember the terms and the signs in music. You could try to remember the things, but it is hard because there is a literal meaning, which is the box that we tick, but also there is a musical meaning. So, for example, forte means loud, okay, but loud in what sense? And you need to reflect on the musical reason if you want to make a meaningful performance. Otherwise, you just play loud and your tone is not related to the musical sense. So do use, when you play a piece and you find an indication, performance indication relating to dynamics or ornaments or tone or pace, so speed, think about it. Write to me and ask me the meaning of that, and I'll tell you everything. First, because I'm Italian, and for me it's a little bit easier because we do use the musical terms daily. We use it daily. Dolce, for example, piano, all these things, and it really helps. So we could do that. Send me the term that you find in your pieces, or reflect on what you find and try to identify the musical meaning of it. This will help. Okay, stringendo means gradually getting faster, and this is because stringendo means compressing. So it is a metaphor. We use a visual terms that relate to visual things, a visual experience that is projected in time. So for example, if the notes are distant this much, if you compress them, they get closer, okay? So we basically push it and we compress them. So in the same amount of time, there are more notes, which means that you play faster. Now, stringendo is the process of doing it, as opposed to stretto, that means already compressed. Okay, so tighten up, that's the meaning. Tying up and tighten up. Okay, doloroso is an Italian word for sorrowful, painful, sad. Mäßig is a German term for moderate, so at a moderate speed. Definitely not fast or merrily. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Question 2. Okay, this is about ornaments. We have trill, turn, upmordent, appoggiatura. Upmordent and appoggiatura are very short. Turn is fairly short. Trill is the longest, and I think this is the case. We have tira, 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 tira. This is the ending of the trill, so this is definitely a trill. It can be appoggiatura, upmordent and turn because the turn is made up of 5 notes, the upmordent 3 and appoggiatura 2. Here we have a mordent. There we go, 3 notes. And is it upper or lower? Lower. That's all. Next question. We need to circle true or false for each of these sentences. Arco means pluck the strings. No, actually the opposite. After a series of bars in which we had to pluck the strings on our violin, viola, cello or contrabass, double bass, we go back stroking the strings with our arco bow. So no, it means go back using the bow, please. The marimba produces sounds of definite pitch. Absolutely, yes. The marimba sounds like a kind of vibraphone or something. Yeah, it's a kind of vibraphone. It's very much used in African music. It used to. Now it's used everywhere. Thankfully, traditional music has expanded. But it's typical of the African music. The cor anglais is a brass instrument and it is false. It's not made of brass, but it's a wooden thing. And viola, the viola is a transposing instrument. No, it isn't. The viola can't transpose. The double bass, yes, it does. The trumpet has a higher range than the horn in F. Yeah, the horn is bigger, so it's lower. If you don't remember it, you could try to think about the size of the instrument. The trumpet is smaller than the horn, so it produces a sound that is higher. Anyway, the horn is lower, so this is true. The trumpet is higher than the horn. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Let's turn the page. The last section of this exam. In this section, we need to answer the questions by looking at an example, music example, and we have a piece for violin and piano. In this first question, we are asked to compare the 3 bars with the left-hand part of bar 8. Now I will reproduce it here. The left-hand part in bar 8 is written in the bass clef, and the first note is this D down here. All right. Now, as ever, if the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? Let's identify middle C and relate our notes to middle C. In the alto clef, middle C is here. In the tenor clef, middle C is here, and so far they are the same. In the treble clef, middle C is here, and this is an octave higher than the previous 2 examples. Now, the original version is written in bass clef, and in bass clef the middle C is up here. So this is nearly 2 octaves below. So A and B are 1 octave above the original, and C is 2 octaves basically above this original one. So let's see which of these 4 statements is the only correct one. A and B are correctly written 1 octave higher. Yes, I've just said that. Yes. Okay, this is correct. Let's remember it. Let's exclude the other ones. Only B and C are correctly written 1 octave higher. No, because they are not the same. This is higher, an octave higher than this. So no. Only A and C, no, is already incorrect because they are not the same. A, B and C are correctly rewritten. No, because they are different. These 2 are the same. This is different. So the only correct answer is this, the first one. Okay, let's turn the page. In the second question, we need to circle true or false for each of the sentences here. The highest note in the music is E. If we look at the music in bar 6, the violin part has this E, and then that is the highest. So yes, this is true. The music should be played at a medium speed. And I don't think so, because presto means fast, actually very fast. Presto is used when we're late. Hurry up, hurry up. And then that means presto. The first 2 notes in the violin part of bar 1 are tied. No, this is not a tie, it's a slur, because a tie merged 2 notes of the same name and same high. And these are 2 different notes, mi and re sharp. So this is not a tie, it's a slur. It means legato in this case. It relates to articulation. You will see afterwards that there are tenuto notes, staccato notes. So the articulation is very much meaningful in this piece. It's part of the music. Bar 1 and 3 in the right hand piano part should be played staccato. Yes, I've just said that the articulation is meaningful here, it's very characteristic, and we have dots on the right hand notes from bar 1 to 3, all of them. So yes. The first note of the violin part in bar 5, it should be played with a down bow. Yes, because this symbol here means down bow, as opposed to this one here on La sharp, A sharp, that means up bow. So true. Marvelous. Let's move on to the next one. Which instrument would not struggle to play the violin part? Well, trombone is too low. Timpani is an indefinite pitch, and double bass is really low. So the only one is flute. The flute and violin sometimes share some scores. For example, I always make the example of Prokofiev, but also Bach. Finally, the last 2 questions. How many times the leading note of D major, which is the semitone before Do sharp, appears in bar 5 to 8 in the right hand piano part? And if we count them, there are 6. And here they are. Lastly, we need to complete the 2 sentences by adding a number. The rhythm and articulation in bar 1 of the violin part is the same as bar 3. There are X number of dotted crotchet beats in each bar. Now the time signature is 6/8, which means 3 quavers grouped in, so 6 quavers grouped in 3, and each group of quavers is a dotted crotchet. So we have 2 dotted crotchet beats in each bar. 1 and 2 and. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it was useful. Don't forget to leave a like down there and share it with your friends. If it was useful for you, it will be useful for other people too. Now, if you want more sample papers published by ABRSM, click here and find the video you're looking for. In the meantime, I would like to thank all the ones who are messaging me and leaving comments. You know that I always read them and I always reply. And thanks to all the ones who are telling me that thanks to my videos, they have improved and feel more confident. This makes me so happy. What else to say? Happy music, everyone. Bye.